most people are not aware of that interpretation that is costing you everything. That's why in this video, I'm going to teach you or show you exactly interpretations that you are making to be able to create the suffering that you experience, that cause you the experience, the negative suffering that you're experiencing without you being aware. Because a lot of people, they don't understand the interpretation that we have when it comes to what is, when it comes to experiences. Those interpretation is what creating the suffer, not the experience itself. So the experience is not there to make us suffer. No, 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 no. The experience is there so we can be able to experience it as it is without adding story, without interference, without putting something that is not even there or is not true in a sense of what is. Let me give you an example so we can all be on the same page, because for me it will be easy for me to understand what I'm saying or what is coming out of my mouth, but for you guys it's gonna be a completely understanding and coming from different places that you will never been aware of. So the interpretation that we have when it comes to life, or when it comes to experiences, most of us, we think experience are the ones that are causing the pain, the suffering that we experience. But one thing that I come to realize, and shout out to the book Conversation with God, and shout out to the book Awareness from Anto de Mello. One thing that I come to realize, the pain, we are creating it ourselves. The suffering is coming from you, ladies and gentlemen, not the object, not your actions, not what is happening. All those things are coming from your creation. You know, because most of people say that God give you the free will. So if you was given a free will to do whatever you want, make any decisions that you want, but then you should be able to understand that the suffering is being created by you, because there's nothing that is happening to you. Nothing is, listen, there's nothing in this earth or experiences that is happening to you. No, 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 no. They're not happening to you. Things are just happening and you are creating the suffer. And shout out to my mentor, the bad boy, Mr. Lucayo from YouTube. Because when he mentioned that, like, nothing is happening to you, like for example, when someone says no, when someone says yes, when someone says ugly or beautiful, beautiful or ugly is not happening to you specifically. Beautiful or ugly is just what is. It's just something that already exists. And shout out to the book Conversation with God, and someone just say it, but it's not specifically directly to you. It's not directly to the I. Because when Anto de Mello says there's a difference between me and I, the difference between me and I is that me is the part that experience everything. The me is where the beautiful and the ugly come from. But the I is beyond words. You cannot describe the I, the who I am. Like, that's what I tell everybody. Like, you are not your body. Even your body is not yours. Your body is the vessel that we use to experience things, to experience life. We are a human being because we got the body to be able to experience life. That's why the name of this channel is a KnowXBe, knowing, experience, and being. And that is the purpose of life. So even your body is not yours. So if your body is not even yours, then everything besides, like outside from your body, are just experience. Because again, looks are just experience. You know, everything in life is just experience, because everything is subjective. What you value is not what I value. What I see as beautiful is not what you see as beautiful. You know, some men, they will say a woman who is skin and thick is beautiful. But there's other cultures where a woman who is skinny and not thick is considered beautiful. We all can see in South Korea, a lot of those women are skinny, not thick, but just skinny, slim, just a little bit slim. But when you go to East Africa or Africa in itself in general, there's a lot of thickness. There's a lot of, I mean, you go have a very different type of chicks. But the most standards of beauty in Africa is a woman who is not fat. Is just she's just in the middle, but with the thickness, with the crave type of Brazilian thickness of the booty and stuff. So all these are just standards. It's you see, that's why it's subjective, because it's all about culture. It's all about perceptions. What you think is beautiful and what you think is ugly. It's all comes to perceptions. The perception that we have, those perceptions are creating what we are be able to experience, my brothers and sisters. Understand what I'm saying? Those are the things that are there so we can be able to see and observe. That's why there's not such a thing as someone being tall, because tallness is subjective, meaning there's always someone who is taller than you, and there's always someone who is shorter than you. So if there's always someone who is taller and there's always someone who is shorter than you, then you cannot say that I as taller. You cannot say I am tall or I am short, because you're not. You are tall and short depending who you are surrounding with, depending who you are around with. That's why there's not such a thing as rich, because rich is subjective itself. For example, I might be rich depends who I'm around with, and I might be poor depending who I'm around with. You know, right now in America, best of the people who I'm around with, they consider me as poor or not having enough. But if I surrender myself with someone else or with a certain countries and certain continent, you're gonna be able to see and recognize that I'm actually rich based off who I'm around with. That's why you should not believe or know that you are ugly. No, you're not ugly. You are only ugly based off those motherfuckers you're around with. Like based off any person you're around with, that's when you are considered being ugly. But if you surround yourself with other people who you consider more unattractive or ugly than you, then my brother, you become handsome. So it's just very simple. It's all about surrendering, like who you're around with. If you understand this, my brothers and sisters, you're not going to be seeking to be beautiful. You're not going to be seeking to be tall. You're not going to be seeking to be short, because you already are. Because those things already exist. Those things already what is. Meaning, and shout out to the book conversation with God. It's because everything that comes and goes is not who you are. It's just an experience. So they already exist as something that can comes and goes. Because remember, you will not value being tall without being short, and you will not value being short without being tall. So all these things works together. For example, from where I came from, when if someone is taller, for us we don't consider them as something special most of the time. We don't consider them something special, you know. But when it came to America, when someone is taller, it's considered special. But in Africa, see, they don't care. And I might give you another example. Most of countries in Africa, if someone is fat or has a big stomach, before most of the time it's considered that you have more money. It's someone who can be able to eat. Because a lot of people are skinny because they don't eat. So if you are fat with a big stomach, this person he can eat. So that one was considered luxury. But in America, if someone is fat with a big stomach, they consider poor, or on like the healthy is not at the par, it's not good. But in Africa, it's the opposite. So you understand? It's all subjective. So if you are fat and you're in the environment where people consider you something different than what you want to be, listen, change your environment. Go to a place where being fat is considered something good, and you're gonna be able to enjoy your life. You know, it's all about life. If you live in America and they consider you as poor, guess what? You can take your dollars, move to another country, and be rich. Take it or leave it. And shout out to Chuma Keke. It's all listen, you're already rich. Just make your decisions. Make your decisions. Make your money in America and spend elsewhere. It's all about surroundings, changing your surrounding. That's why the interpretation that you have is costing you everything. When you identify with being broke, when you identify with being ugly, you're gonna suffer because you think that's who you are instead of seeing as an experience. If you are someone who is aware, is in awareness, someone like me who can see that I'm neither poor or rich, and I can choose to be poor and rich based off who I'm surrounding with, guess what? The power is towards me. I can control my environment. And that's why God gave you the free will to be able to choose, like you said, to be able to do whatever you want. So if you have the free will in your hands, but you're not willing to use it, then why are you hurting yourself? Why are you suffering? Make the decisions. You are already who you want to be. That's why I tell people your mindset is your superpower, and your mindset is also your number one enemy. If you cannot control your mind, it's gonna be your number one enemy. If you can control your mind, it's gonna be your superpower. Look what I just give you guys. You can be rich and you can be poor at the same time. It's all about who you're surrounding with, ladies and gentlemen. Like it's very easy for everybody to be able to understand. It's just something that you can be able to understand easily than anybody else think. Like it's too quick. Like if you understand this, my brothers and sisters, I guarantee you're gonna be able to make good decisions. You're gonna be able to not be able to suffer because you only suffer when you think you only live in one way instead of living the always. Like you're not one way. Like nobody's one way. You're not only ugly. You are both ugly and beautiful. Most people believe they are only ugly. And if you believe that you are only ugly, then you become. Because I tell you guys, whatever you identify with, that's what you become. If you say, I am ugly, and you believe there's only ugly and no beautiful, you're going to believe that's who you are. Since you believe is that who you are, when someone calls you ugly, you're going to feel something is wrong. You're gonna feel like being ugly is bad thing. You're gonna try to protect or to defend yourself because as a human, we are wired to defend ourselves. We are wired to defend ourselves. So if we feel like we are being attacked, we're gonna have to defend ourselves. Listen, you can be attacked through words. You can be attacked to words. And what you're gonna do, you're gonna have to defend yourself. That is why you should identify with anything. That's why you might see people trying to defend their wife. They try to defend their children. They try to defend everything else, their parents, their cousins, all these things because they identify with their parents and they also identify with their siblings, with the brothers and sisters, their cousins, their aunties, all these things. For me, I don't care. Take it or leave it. They are just words. They are there to be experienced. They're there to be observed. You know what I'm saying? So if something is there to be observed, guess what? Observe it as it is without judgment, without putting different meaning than what it already is. So guys, if you're going to be able to understand what I'm saying right now, I guarantee you're going to be able to have the most powerful awareness, the most powerful understanding that is beyond yourself, that is beyond your thinkingness. Like it's beyond outside the box that you've been used to, because most of us will be conditioned, like our cultures, our reality, any cultures that you're in right now, either it's Christians, Catholic, anything that you've been like you growing up with, the tradition that you have been growing up to, there is a certain perception that they have the way they think you're supposed to live. That's why I do not identify as Christian. I do not say I am Christian. No, 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 no. I'm not. Listen, I am everything and everything. Like, I'm willing. Listen, a lot of people think there's something wrong with the being Muslim or Christian. But the thing is, if you identify with the Muslim, then you're gonna think there's something wrong with Christian. But if you understand, you can be able to decide who you wanna be. You can choose to be Christian and you can choose to be Muslim. If you can be able to choose and switch your religion, then who is you then? If you can switch your religion and believe in different gods, in different Jesus, then who is you between the person who's making those changes? Then you're gonna come to realize then you are beyond religions, you are beyond countries, you are beyond traditions, you are beyond everything in this earth, because the I, it can never be described. So guys, if you're gonna be able to see value in this video, make sure you like this video, make sure you like, comment, and click the section that says thanks right there, so you can be able to send your thanks. And if you guys listen, if you got questions that was not be able to be answered in this video, all you can do is book your one-on-one coaching call, so I can be able to work with you to help you understand. Listen, I have a specifically PDFs that can be able to send to you right now, and work with you one by one every day to be able to accomplish what you want to accomplish, to be able to listen. It's all about choice. Like I said, you can be able to choose to be aware or to not be aware. So I want you to make the right decision that is right for you. Do not listen to what I'm saying. Make the decisions that benefit you and only you, because everything I do, my brothers and sisters, is benefiting me. Even the video I'm creating right now, listen, if I was in the situation where you guys are, I can be able to watch this video as well, because I believe when I die, I believe I'm going to come back. If it's possible, then I believe I'm going to be able to watch my videos myself. So listen, take it or leave it, goddamn it, expensive shit. So, and I want to say shout out to my mentor, Mr. Lucario, the babe of the Denning game, and shout out to the Game Kings, all the fellas, for always push the knowledge to all community, in all genders, in all races, because it's very important to be able to give people the choice to choose awareness, to give people the understanding based of someone else's experience and your own experience. So remember what Mr. Lucario, the bad boy himself, always say: the truth is inside you. Peace. We out, and we